Hi, good day. Langkit, the first international and the second annual national conference on language, cultura, and the integration of technology. My name's Ikhsanudin, uh, an academic, a lecturer at Universitas Tanjungpura. I'm now the secretary of MA in education program, especially in ELT. I have been teaching in the university since 1992, and now I'm active building an association called ELTeaM, English Language Teaching Material. Again, my name's Ikhsanudin. My presentation today is local content, extensive reading materials to support character education. Thank you, Professor Sorhaila, for inviting me as one of the speakers. I'm really sorry for not being able to go to the Philippines for this event. This is very important, actually, but because I have so many things to do right now in the university, so I can't leave the university. I'll do my best to do this presentation. This is my concern, and this is my current research on language education for character education. Local content materials for extensive reading. This is what I'm doing now, and I'm going to do this in 1917, 1918, and 2017, 2018, and 2019. This is 3-year project. Why local materials? I want to go back to our education, our linguistic theories. Long ago, we studied traditional grammar, in which most of the materials are certain quality of artwork, and then they did it through grammar translation method. And while linguistic had not been deep concern, then when the tradition of linguistics started from Bloomfield and then Chomsky, we shifted the study from grammar translation method and the materials from high quality literary works to the community language in societies, to the descriptive linguistics. And our teaching and learning, our textbooks also shifted to certain arrangement that focus on the language. In 1950s, 1960s, we know that we also got new insight from many scholars at the time, that language is for communication, and we study languages not for language but for communication. Experts such as Wittgenstein, still remember, suggested that it is when we use language, actually we do something. Some followers, Yeah, some other scholars followed his ideas and developed pragmatics. Yeah, pragmatism in education. Sorry, in linguistics. We also talking about pragmatism. We know in the early 20th century. Sorry, in the late 20th century and in the early 21st century, we know John Dewey talked about pragmatism in education. When language is used for communication, then people develop communicative teaching and learning, communicative approach, and then we know also project-based approach recently. Now, if language is such very instrumental function, yeah, in such a very instrumental function, language is just like something empty, yeah, something nothing for life. Sorry, not really nothing, but it's really instrumental, like sword that can be used for positive and negative purposes. Um, in this research, I'm going to develop local content materials for character education. That language is not only instrumental, but language is part of our life. Um, you know, this is a very controversial hypothesis by Sapir and Wolf, yeah, about the way people understand world. Yeah, that language is very important to understand world. And we know that our culture, the way we behave, the way we communicate, the way we build civilization is really closely related to the worldview. Sorry, how to pronounce Wollstoneshauer. Sorry. Yeah, about the worldview. Actually, language is very important as well. And when we teach our learners language communication, actually we can teach worldview. We can teach character. Character education is not only the responsibility our colleagues responsibility from moral education, from religious education, but also our it's also our responsibility as language teacher. Um, I I want to now I want to think about this thing that there have been now a lot of um, uh, global coursebook, international coursebook imported, yeah, imported to our country for our learners. You know that they're not bad. They also have characters, but um, international character it's just good. We are the world citizen, but local character is also important. We can think globally, but we always act locally. So we need to understand our culture, and we need to teach our culture, our value, the local value to our learners through language. How? Yeah, one of the things is by through teaching materials. My research is developing teaching materials, local teaching materials for extensive reading. Um, a lot of international, global import materials has have contributed a lot to develop our learners. What is it? To develop um, their international insight, and then they have international relation. That is very good. Yeah, that is very good. Nothing wrong with that. But what's wrong? It's wrong if we forget our local culture. It's wrong if we forget the what our ancestors already left to us. They have done a lot. Yeah. Uh, People in Indonesia is different from people in the Philippines, different from people in the Saudi Arabia, in America, in Europe, in Australia. Of course, that's why to be Indonesian, to be the Philippines, yeah, to be a Philippines, to be Indonesian, then here we have a lot of Malay in Kalimantan Island. To be a Malay, we need to understand the Malay culture, Malay value from a lot of sites, a lot of manuscripts, stories, legends, poetries. Yeah. And we also need to learn our nature as well, our surrounding, our environment. We have different animal here in Kalimantan, from animal in the US, animals in Europe. Maybe we have so many similar animals between animals in Kalimantan, in Pontianak, and animals in Mindanao, in Philippines. Yeah, I know that you have durian. Yeah, we have durian as well. You have rambutan. Yeah, we have rambutan as well. Then you have what is it? Langsonat. Langsonat. Langsonat in our place is langsat. It's just the same fruit, but some of course, we have different plants, different fruits. But because we have more or less the same as the same natural resources, I think it will be good as well for us to collaborate, build Asian Asian teaching materials. Yeah, um, consist of cultures, consist of um, values, Asian values, Asian culture. It will be very good. Now, internet is also very good. Yeah, we can learn so many things from internet. We can learn a lot, something from many things from Europe, yeah, from Africa, Saudi Arabia, from China, Russia, and a lot more. Um, but again, a lot of exposure to internet, a lot of exposure to international materials, import materials, also will reduce the learner's exposure to the local materials. Oh, why local materials? It is for extensive reading. Yeah, we have a lot of materials for intensive learning material. We have intensive learning, intensive listening, intensive reading. We learn the language carefully. We learn the grammar. We need to understand the detail of the reading materials. Yes. Linguistically, we need to understand the the units of linguistic units, grammar, in those are our skills. But we need content. We need to content to fill out the learner's what is it? It's difficult to say. It's about character, attitude, knowledge. Okay, that is those are required for their life besides having good language. Who will learn our culture if the learners do not learn them? So the first thing is that the teachers and then the learners, and then we introduce our culture, our value to other people to have mutual understanding. That we try to understand people. We learn materials in European culture, American culture, yes. Then we understand American people. But we need to understand ourselves, and we need to be understood by other people. So there will be good communication, equal mutual understanding between people in the developed countries, in developing countries, people in north, people in south, west and east. We need to have mutual understanding. So they need to be understood, and we try to understand them. But also we need to be understood as well. So mutual understanding is very important for international relation. When we collaborate with people from different countries, different cultures, right? Different values, different cultures, different countries, or different provinces, different ethnic groups. We need to understand each other. Okay. We also need to understand our nature, animals, plants, biodiversity. It's a very important issue, our environment. Okay. Then if we understand the environment and the importance of environments, the importance of our biodiversity, then we will work for them. We will work to build, to maintain the environment. Okay. So that's the idea. What's the difference between extensive reading and intensive reading? In intensive reading, we learn the linguistic items. We learned the material in the micro scale. That is very good. If we learn the linguistic item, and we have the skill to understand things, then we will be able to read other things, not only that materials. Yeah, that's very good. We need vocabulary, we need grammar, we need also strategies of communicating things. Those are very important in intensive listening. So how we understand, how we comprehend things. Yeah, we also can understand something critically. That's not purely intensive learning, intensive reading. Well, extensive reading is, our learners are exposed to extensive readings. The learners are exposed to different types of readings, different types of texts, different genres. Yeah, we live in different types of genre every day. We read letters, we read short message, we read poetry, we read news, yeah, we read argumentative essays, we read stories, legends. Yeah, we also read drama books. We watch movies of different genres. Yeah, so we are exposed to different genres. A lot of genre. So those genres are very important to to enrich the learner's knowledge, to enrich the learner's intellectual capacity. Local legends, for example, we have a lot of local legends in Kalimantan Island. Yeah. By the way, where is Kalimantan Island? Yeah. It's very close to. It's not very close to Mindanao, of course, but not very far. Yeah. Just try to open Indonesian map and you find the largest island. That's Kalimantan Island. You will find Pontianak there. Kalimantan Island consists of 3 countries: Indonesia, Malaysia, and Brunei Darussalam. Okay, again, there are a lot of moral values in our story. Yeah, our ancestors create the story to educate their children, their grandchildren, and then those stories told and retold, and retold, and we understand those things. Okay, there are characters that are not taught in international materials, import materials. In Indonesia, we have 5 principles, the foundations of our country, that consist of number 1 is belief in one supreme God. The second one is about humanity, just and civilized humanity. The third is about the unity of Indonesia. The fourth is about democracy and representativeness. And the fifth is social justice for the whole people of Indonesia. Now, believe in one supreme God, we have different religion. So in our extensive reading materials, we can get reading material from certain religions. Okay, certain belief. Then about humanity, there are a lot of stories, a lot of legends teach us humanity, equality, love. Yeah. Okay. A lot of things. Then about the unity, when we are from different ethnic groups, we need to learn different ethnic group stories so we understand their life, their life system, their belief system, so we understand one another. The project that we are developing now is called KalimantanLife. KalimantanLife. This project is divided into 3 sub-projects. The final product will be a trilogy of KalimantanLife. We have 3 main ethnic groups here. The first is Malay, which is mostly Muslim and live close to the they live in the banks of rivers, and then Dayaks, mostly animism and dynamism and Christian. Then we have so many immigrants, people coming from different places. We have Chinese, a lot of Chinese. We have Javanese, people coming from Java Island, still from Indonesia. and then other ethnic groups from Sumatra, from Maluku, from Sulawesi, and so forth. In each book, we are going to expose the culture and their life in relation to the surrounding. So we also talk about the nature, culture and nature. Example, in book 1 that we are developing in this year, 2017, we talk about legends. Yeah, we talk about ceremonies, kingdoms, yeah, culinary, clothings, yeah, about belief. Yeah. Yeah, there are a lot of things to teach when talking about example, when talking about weddings. Yeah, in weddings, Indonesian weddings, Malay weddings is different from Dayak's wedding. Then the way we prepare the wedding party, the way we prepare the ceremony, we work together, the way we collect sources, money, the way we communicate, the stories. The poetry that read during the weddings, and then the speech and so forth, the clothings. Yeah, there are a lot of values that can be learned, by our students. Then about culinary, the way we prepare food. Yeah, about whether something is halal, and then the way we get the materials, the meat, how to prepare the meat. Yeah, then the ingredients, a lot of things, and the way certain foods are prepared together by many women's. Okay, then a lot more. Of course, it is we are rich. Not only Malay is rich, not only Indonesian is rich. I'm sure Bangsa Moro is also rich of cultures that can be developed into, can be learned by the learners. So, educating our learners' culture is not only by teachers of cultures, teachers of anthropology, teachers of moral education. It's also our duty as English teachers. This is an idea. I'm sure you have got an idea a lot for collaboration. It is very, very important for ourselves also to try to collaborate, writing local teaching materials, to build mutual understanding between Indonesian and Philippines students, to develop Asian community. Now in 2020, Asian community, Asian economic community will be reality. Yeah. How many more years? This is 2017, 2018, 2019. Asian economic community. Why not starting from this conference? Yeah, we have 3 years. 3 years is very. It's not a long time. Okay, sorry to take very long time to talk about this simple thing. I'm sorry, actually, it will be much clearer if I have slides because of the time of preparing the technology. I'm not very good in this. Okay, so sorry for this very simple presentation. In summary, as a summary, I just want to say some items. The first is that local materials are very important for us. Why not developing local materials for our learners? Of course, it will be very challenging how to communicate local things in English. Yeah, it's problems of translation. Okay, that's right. Yeah, world English is now. Yeah, there are a lot of different English. Yeah, a lot of different Englishes in different places. Asian English will be very possible. We have Singaporean English already. Yeah, yeah, it's right to have Indonesian English, Philippines English. Okay, local materials. Let's be local materials for as an what is it? Yeah, it should be equal with the intensive material, import materials. We need to be strong. Yeah, we need to be. We need to take care of our culture, our value, so we will be understood. And then collaboration is needed to what is it to develop better quality textbooks or materials. Of course, we all need to also to collaborate with English native speakers to negotiate the meaning, negotiate the term, negotiate the expression, whether something is acceptable, yeah, and whether an expression can educate our learners. Okay, thank you very much. Again, my name is Ikhsanudin from Universitas Tanjungpura, Pontianak. Thank you.